This is gonna be the most challenging monk mode I've ever done.
Why I'm doing this. I'm tired, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 or 3 months ago, I hit my lowest point. My web design agency was burning through literally my life savings, my investments, my cryptocurrency, everything. I was literally liquidating all of my funds just to put it towards this business model that wasn't even working. I had to do something different. I had to quit because I'm living with my parents right now. I've been doing this for a year and I haven't really gotten anything to stick. And that was when my dad told me, like, I gotta start applying for jobs. It was around this time that I started applying for jobs, hundreds of jobs per week. I would hear back from maybe 50%, but they were all no's, except for this one. It was just between me and another candidate who was going to get the position. They ended up going with the other candidate. And in that moment, part of me was let down, but another part of me, something clicked. So I knew at this point, I had to lock in and do a monk mode. So if you don't know what a monk mode is,
my monk mode protocol consists of no alcohol or weed, 30 minutes a day of exercise, even if that's just a brisk walk in the park, and 10 minutes a day of meditation.
By doing this for a prolonged period of time, about a month or two, you'll be able to achieve months and months worth of progress in half the time, even better than that. So in this video, I'm going to show you my exact daily routine that allowed me to go from making $0 a month inside my agency to scaling it upwards of $10,000 and being able to do this full time and unlocking real financial freedom.
My old agency just wasn't working with the niche, to be honest. My offer wasn't good enough. My service wasn't good enough. The systems weren't good enough. And I believe that the agency, which I'm going to build, which is going to be a CRO agency, this is the one. I'm very optimistic about it. I see a huge return in terms of value for the clients. Whereas beforehand, I wasn't working with the clients that I wanted to work with. It wasn't running smoothly. I'm going to take you guys, I'm going to write down some of my objectives for the business. I'll show you guys everything.
We have the agency roadmap here, affirmations and stuff. I'm going to basically copy this agency roadmap. As you can see, I've done some of the stuff. Most important stuff here: website, DM script, outreaches, how I'm going to acquire customers. There's some other stuff that I left out that I'm going to add onto the whiteboard. I'll show you in a second here. Obviously, calls closed, cash collected. This is the plan.
It's monk mode day 5. So far, incredible, amazing progress. I think it's because I have experience and I do warm up into this monk mode why it's going so well. Went on a spontaneous business trip to LA, met up with some cool guys, shot a ton of cool content, still hit all my non-negotiables. So that was a super cool way to kick off the first week of monk mode. Honestly, wouldn't recommend doing that because a lot of you guys are going to have non-negotiables that are going to clash with you networking with other business people or just, meeting up with your business friends. But, it worked for me. And now this is where we're at right here. Everything left is 10 hours of work today. It was me, I'm in 34. So we got some time. We have my agency, YouTube. So we got a YouTube post in already. Got market research, offer, positioning done. Also was able to sign a couple free clients for a case study. Basically done with my demo for the website.
All right, folks, it is day number 6 now. I wanted to update you guys on how the YouTube's going. 242. 3 subs from just this video. That's crazy. I just posted this one about 2 days ago. Already passed this one, which I posted about 2 weeks ago. This one's already got 13 likes. That's pretty awesome. So finish up some stuff with the website. First client. I have 2 stores that I'm running CRO for on a test basis. Proof of concept, basically. If everything goes well in the next 30 to maybe 60 days, I'll definitely onboard them as clients. But yeah, they should be great case studies. That's partly what my next thing is in the next 7 days, is to get one really solid case study. We might just be in the process of getting one. That would be huge for the business. Today, I'm actually working on the other 2 objectives here, which are lead gen plan and outreaches. So basically how I'm going to get more customers. So far, I've been doing a lot of just warm outreach, which is just like tapping into my network of people, which has been one of the best ways for me to get this off the ground and see if it's actually valuable, because I'm ending up working with people who I've either worked with before, friends of mine who I've just met through different events and whatever, opening up a lot of doors for me. and it's amazing what a good network can do. Monk mode's going crazy so far. It's day 7. Just want to update you overnight. I woke up to this number here: 499 views, 6 comments, 24 likes, which is by far the most likes I've ever gotten. Really can't complain. Got 710 views across those 3 videos, so almost to 1,000. Might sound small to some people, but back when I was posting earlier this year, I was getting 20 views total. So just progress. All right, we're back, guys. It is now, as you can see, we are on day 11 out of 52, so we got 41 more days left. I'm going to show you guys real quickly here my YouTube analytics. This is the first one that I posted on Monk Mode down here. That one started off with 86 views. This one's over here at 224. The next one I posted, winner arc, 561. So that one finally broke 500. I just dropped this one. I think this one's going to do really well with my business. I already have 2 current client stores that I'm working on, and I'm doing CRO, which is conversion rate optimization for them. So basically helping them increase their profits by converting more of their traffic that they're sending onto their website. So far, those stores are going well. One of them is a bigger brand. They're doing 7 figures a year. Currently, we're going through a redesign, so I'm helping them redesign for conversions, and I think it's going to drastically crank up their conversion rate right now. I got a client call tomorrow. We'll just see what happens with that. Got some side projects that I'm running right now. Just pick this up today. Beauty. The last of the shadow puppets. If you know, you know. OG Arctic Monkeys singer Alex Turner. Excited to gonna open this up and start playing on the record player. But you know, just the little things, bro. When you go on a monk mode, you just have to get excited about the little things. What's up, guys? We're back. It's day 15. Just locked in my first 7-day case study for the agency. I have a lead gen plan, outreaches. Just started posting shorts. So far, first short got about like 2,500 views, which is decent. I posted 2 videos this week already. I've got another 1 or 2 loaded up and ready to go. I think with my YouTube strategy, I want to make more value-driven educational stuff for like entrepreneurs or people who are starting a business or stuff like that. I just hop off a call doing some contract work for a 8-figure e-commerce brand, which is cool. I also got another contract work doing some social media growth. So I'm just picking up this stuff while I'm building up my own agency all the way. You know, one thing, especially when you're just starting out, is like you can't have any ego about taking up opportunities to, you know, make a little money on the side, especially when you're building something bigger for yourself. That's why I don't believe in like trash talking 9-to-5s or whatever, because sometimes you just got to do that while you're building up something, while you're learning the skill. Yesterday was actually the first day that I didn't hit 10 hours of work. So I missed one objective. It doesn't mean that the challenge is over. It doesn't mean anything really. It just means that I have that more motivation to go harder. More results coming shortly. We're going to see some more Stripe payouts. We're going to see some more bank notifications and stuff like that. Not even close to halfway done with this challenge, but almost like completely different person. All right, guys, it is now day 25. 1 day away from being halfway done with this thing. It's been tough recently, guys. I won't even lie to you, and you guys can see this as well. Missed days here where we didn't get the work in, and as you can see, I'm a little behind in terms of few objectives. Gonna finish up my second long for the week. Content for my agency, looking at some contractors for the agency as well. First client, this one I could check technically because I've had 2 case study clients, and one of them hopefully will convert into a client. Not official recurring clients. So no official recurring clients so far. Not mad about it, just a little bit behind in terms of where I'd want to be. The reality is, like, I've had a couple bad days. Like this past week or so has been a little unmotivated, struggling a little bit in terms of why I'm doing this. The lesson from this is that if you build up a habit and you build up an identity of hitting all of your non-negotiables every single day, you will have that momentum and you'll have that strength. But if you let even one day, one objective slide, then in your mind, you're going to start adjusting and be like, oh, this isn't that deep. Like I'm still kind of on monk mode, even though I kind of failed. But with that said, guys, you're going to lose motivation, and you have to remember what your why is. You have to remember why you're doing this, whether it's for yourself, but more importantly, who the other people in your life you are doing this for. And even if those people haven't come to your life yet, potentially your future wife, your future children, those are the people who are counting on you to lock in right now. So about halfway through, optimistic about the future, but also a little stressed and a little insecure that I'm not going to hit the targets. And that's actually a good thing. It's kind of good to have a little bit of insecurity, a little bit of something chasing after you so that you run fast enough to get to the targets. All right, guys, it is day
32 of 52 days of monk mode is where we're at right now. Honestly, I've been a little bit behind in terms of checks that I put on here, as you can see down here. However, I have been putting a ton of work in, been hitting my 10-hour days. My life has just kind of shifted to like wake up, get a coffee, work, get a coffee, work, occasionally work out. But it's like right now my priority isn't even my health or fitness. It's just like brute force, build and scale my business. Today, I received a payment for the first month of 3-month contract, my first paying client. So I got my first paid CRO client today, got the invoice and sent that yesterday, closed the client yesterday, and I'm super excited. Basically, they just have a ton of opportunity to grow. I can't wait to really hit them with the craziest case study. Like in terms of their conversion rate, it's pretty low. It's very low right now, which just means that I have so much room to apply my knowledge, apply my service, and really help them scale their brand because they're doing super well in terms of driving traffic. And on the other side of that coin is getting conversions, and that's all I do, just driving conversions. Yeah, got that client through a referral, one of my really good buddies. And if you're starting a new business, I'd highly recommend bring your services for free to get that case study because it's going to help you close the future clients really, really well. It might end up turning your free case study client into a recurring monthly client. Last night, I was up till probably 2 a.m. Not because I didn't want to sleep, but because my brain was just racing. When you get that hit of motivation, when you sign that first client, you get that motivation to do more, to do more outreaches. As I'm wrapping up this last 40% of the monk mode, my number one priority is figuring out how I can source new clients and source them consistently. If I do that by the end of this monk mode, I should have 2 or 3 more clients and I should be pushing over 10K, which is crazy to think about. And I certainly don't want to get complacent. You know, I've already signed this client and I'm happy that I've done that, but I've got a ton of growth to go, guys. Like this is just the beginning. Bang, bang. Let's go, boys. Today's November 13th. That means it's day 38 of monk mode. So it's been going on the past couple days. I've been extremely busy with the clients that I've just onboarded. The main one client that I have doing like 4 hours of work at least per day to get their new website up and launched and ready to go. We just launched that. We just went live, hoping that has a positive impact on their conversion rate, and that'll be a huge initial win. Other than that, we just signed a website CRO client, so just making the website, not actually running CRO for them. Got another one of my case study clients, should close in the new year. After the crazy season, they wanted to wait a little bit. All good. Got another one, could close today or tomorrow. He's running a ton of different stores. So yeah, it's been crazy. I don't know how much I told you guys, but I'm doing contract work for the 8-figure Shopify store, working on their back end, helping their conversions, just small things here and there, being able to work on a store of that type of size where they're doing 150K a day. And just being around that type of money, it's just such a great motivator. And then I also get to dissect and see what they're doing that is contributing to their really high conversion rate. Their conversion rate's like 4% or something like that. So I'm able to apply those learnings from an 8-figure store to my other clients who are at 6-7 figures. My goal was to hit 5K, is to have 2 clients when I started this monk mode. I'd rather have 4 though. My goal for the rest of this monk mode is to get up to 10K. Each of my clients currently is between 2 to 5K base. They should all be at about 2.5K per month. So if I get 3 more clients, I basically have 2 right now, but if I get 2 or 3 more clients, then I should be at the 10K. And honestly, guys, I haven't been doing enough outreaches. I've been like swamped with client work. And honestly, that's kind of how it is. Like you have to perform really well for your clients. Otherwise, you won't be able to scale your business. You can get as many new clients in the door, but if you can't keep them, you're just going to have to burn through so much money.
So guys, it's day 44 of 52 days. Monk mode, locked in. Thoughts, honestly, like I'm burnt out. My energy levels and my brain right now is just kind of fried from constant work, constant small changes. And at the beginning of your agency and of your business, you can't just outsource everything. Like you have to take care care of all the small details, the small client interactions and all that stuff. So I'm kind of like spreading myself very thin. Don't do this for 52 days. Don't do this for 50 days if it's your first one. The thing is, you can get bogged down if you're just in your fucking bedroom, in your office all day, just working. You have to look at what's the highest ROI for your action. Like, you can either just stay in your office and work, but sometimes, especially later in the day, you're just going to be like at half or a quarter of your efficiency. So it might make sense for you to go for a run, go work out, grab some food with a friend. It might make sense if that's going to refresh you so you can get your work done. But yeah, guys, we got 8 days left, 7 days left. Getting great results for my current clients. Like, so far, killing it with the results. We still got a lot of room to grow. I'll hit all of these over time. But yeah, with that said, guys, I'm tired. Like, my brain's done. My body's tired. I'm getting like fucking injuries here and there. My body's fatigued. For the rest of this week, I just need to finish up some client work and then focus a lot on acquisition, getting my content strategy back out. I haven't been posting on YouTube enough. We'll be able to finish this thing strong and be able to enjoy Thanksgiving with the family, take a few days off. I think it's well deserved. So I did Iman Gadzhi's monk mode for 52 days straight. This is what happened. So let's take a look at my progress throughout the monk mode. As you guys can see here, the first third of challenge went very smoothly. As you guys can see here in the second third, right up to here, I was starting to get some blanks. Now that's because, one, the first third is always going to have the most momentum because you're fired up about the challenge, you're getting going, you're staying consistent. But once a week or two pass, that just becomes who you are. Like, you don't even have to really try to do the stuff. But there are points where you lose motivation. Like, okay, what if I just miss a day of meditating? Or what if I miss one day of putting in 10 hours of work? And it's those days where it's really hard, but you got to grind it out. And I did miss some of these days. And that's okay, because at the end of the day, every monk mode that I go through, I'm going to get better and more consistent. One important thing is I would not recommend doing 52 days of a monk mode. And I don't think I'll ever do 52 days again. I've realized that the hot spot and the best zone for me is around the 3 week to 5 week mark. Okay, and then continuing here, as you guys can see, I didn't check some of these boxes towards the end. The reason for that is because, one, I set these goals at the very beginning of the monk mode. And if you guys cannot tell, a lot has changed as I've gone through the monk mode. When I'm at this point where it's like on the board, I should be mastering sales, I should be developing SOPs and promos and stuff like that, retention, appointment setting. When I actually got to that point, that wasn't the objective that I needed to go after. At this point, I had clients where I need to get the best case study possible. And that should take entire priority over learning these other things. It doesn't mean that they're not nice to have, but moving forward in the next monk modes, what you want to do is to set goals for your first couple weeks and then set more goals for your next couple weeks, because there's no reason for me to actually be able to know what I'm going to be doing towards the second month if I'm starting an agency from scratch, when it's really unpredictable to know where I'm going to be at in even as few as a couple weeks. So first third was the most smooth sailing, efficient, got stuff done. The second third is when I experienced some fatigue, missed objectives here and there. And then in the final third was just a grind, guys. Like, at that point, I knew what I needed to do and I wasn't even happy about it. Like, I just needed a break, honestly, guys. At times, there are days, like for example, this day where I actually decided to take a little break. Like, I didn't knock out all my non-negotiables, which isn't great, but it allowed me to lock in for the rest of the days and actually get more progress towards my goals. And now you guys are probably wondering, after 52 days, was I able to hit my two goals of 5K per month and 10,000 subs on my YouTube? Now, obviously you guys can tell already if I've hit one of those goals, which is the 10,000 subs, which I haven't. The reason for that is I lacked consistency towards the back half of my YouTube promo. Really, my YouTube fell behind. I didn't have enough great content and I didn't spend enough time making great content that was going to able to push me towards that goal. That was a sacrifice I was willing to make because I was able to fly through the 5K per month goal with my agency. I was able to go from $0 to $8,000 last month with my agency, just entirely from scratch. This is another lesson. Maybe even just stick to one goal. Like, maybe your monk mode should just be one specific goal. The amazing thing is, guys, it only takes a couple months. At the very beginning of this journey, when I was recording this video, I had no idea if this was going to work. But as I set these small little goals and started checking them off, the more clear and the more progress I got with my agency, to the point where in 52 days, I was able to make an agency that does 6 figures a year. This will be the most successful agency that I've ever launched. To the point now, most of my friends, like if they have a brand or something, they're gonna come to me if they have any Shopify questions, if they have any CRO questions, if they wanna start making more money with their brands, they're gonna come to me because I did this for somebody else. I did this on case study basis at times, and I got such great results that now they're gonna come to me, which is the best thing because I want to work with my friends. Like I want to work with my network. And I want you guys to know that 52 days ago, I was one person away from being locked in at a 9-to-5 job. And at that 9-to-5 job, I was projected to make $5,000 a month. It was between me and one other final candidate, and they ended up going with somebody else. And this was literally a couple weeks before I started this challenge. And now it's crazy to think that after just a little over a month and a half of work, I have already basically doubled my earning potential with my own agency, and I'm working my own hours, and I'm working with clients that I actually really enjoy, and I'm able to scale this thing as far as I want to. There is no better feeling than believing in yourself so much to the point where you were able to capture this on video, and this being that one moment in my life where I was able to stick to my word and I was able to make a drastic change in my life. I was able to go from making no money to about $8,000 in 1 month. The question is monk mode worth it? I'm sure you guys can tell what my answer to that is going to be. Absolutely. A monk mode can genuinely change your life only if you apply yourself in the same way that I was able to apply myself over 52 days and to change the trajectory of my business, my personal life, my finances, my freedom. It is amazing what just 1 month, 1 month and a half of work can do for your entire life. You have to do it for yourself. You got to do it for your future self, and you got to do it for your younger self as well. Because I am sure as hell glad that I fucking did this 52 days ago, that I started this and I carried out with it throughout the whole time. You can change your life in 52 days. Write me in the comments if you are going to do something like this and tell me your non-negotiables. Tell me what your goals are. Let's hold each other accountable. With all that said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.